How to do cartwheels when you can't. Hi, I'm Ramsey Dewey at the JX Fight Club in Shanghai, China. The cartwheel is a technique you can use as a guard pass, as a kick, and also it's just really cool and fun to be able to do it. It can be a great contemporary modern dance move as well. But as far as combat sports goes, it makes a great guard pass when you can frame one hand against your opponent and rotate and then beat the snot out of them once they're on the ground with those pesky legs out of the way. But how do you do it? How do you get these legs up overhead in this fashion without falling on your head and breaking your neck? Well, some of my subscribers asked me this, and I'm going to break it down for you. I learned to do the cartwheel as an adult at the age of 22. I'm 40 years old now, and I will break it down in the way that I learned it, and in a way that's actually easier. So I think that's about enough of me just showing off that I can do it. Let's kneel down on one knee. Take your hands, put them behind you. Look behind you. Lift up one leg, fling it over there, and follow with the other leg. Now let's try that on the other side. Put your hands behind you, fling one leg up, and leap onto your other leg. I'll show you that from the other side. Twist, put your hands down, lift up one leg, follow with the other leg. Now the only difference between what I'm doing right here and that big acrobatic cartwheel with the legs up overhead is how far I'm extending the arms and the legs. See, with the full acrobatic cartwheel, I'm making a frame with my arms and my legs, fully extending them, locking the elbows, locking the knees. Now we can fully extend the legs from the floor as well. Now here's how I first learned, just swinging the upper body in a circle like this, one way and the other way. Stretching out, also getting some speed in there, getting used to that motion, getting used to having my head hanging upside down. Now I'm going to twist and put my hands on the floor behind me. Now I'll turn the other way. Notice I'm pointing my fingers toward the boxing ring in the back of the gym, even though I'm facing forward. Now I will bring up one leg at a time. This is very similar to an illusion kick, which I'll teach you later. Again, just one leg at a time as I bring my hands down behind me. And bring that leg up straight. And then bring your other leg up off the floor, which is a very natural extension of lifting up one leg, especially if you lack flexibility. It'll just come up by itself. Now it doesn't have to be high or fancy, just a little hop off the floor. One foot, and then the other. And when you feel more confident, extend the legs out straight. And there's your full cartwheel. Now really, the hardest part about this is just getting over the fear of being upside down. So start small, and then work your way up to one hand, and then eventually no hands. I'll show you guys that another day. And a round off just for kicks and giggles. Here's the illusion kick. It's essentially a one-legged cartwheel, so one leg stays on the floor. I bring my hands down exactly the same way as the cartwheel. I just leave one leg behind. Now, this can be a fun little neat-looking trick, but it can also be an excellent fighting move to head kick somebody from close range. If you look at fighters like TJ Dillashaw, he uses a variation of this illusion kick in close range to head kick his opponents. It is quite literally exactly the same motion as a cartwheel. The only difference, one leg stays on the floor. So try this out a bunch of times. Work on your balance. Work on your coordination. And mastering techniques like this will definitely build up your confidence in more basic skills as well. Try it out on the bag. Packs quite a punch, and since you're throwing your whole body weight with reckless abandon at the bag with a straight leg, we're not hitting it with the power of the leg, but rather with the weight of the body in motion. So however fast your upper body drops down to the floor, that's how much speed and power the illusion kick will have to the head. So I'm fairly close to the bag. I'm close enough to touch it with my hands, close enough to grab it, close enough to knee it. At some points, close enough to drop elbows on the thing. So it's not a long-range kick. If you watch my podcast with my friend Jawad, he's an excellent Muay Thai fighter. That guy is an absolute ninja at landing head kicks at close range, even inside the clinch. This is just one simple method to do that. But like any technique, practice a lot of times before you even attempt it in a sparring session, and practice it a bunch of times in sparring sessions before you practice it or before you try it in a real fight. Now, if we want to practice the cartwheel as a guard pass, here's how we do it. I put one hand next to my opponent's hip on the floor, and the other hand or fist either on his chest or the fist on his face. You can actually punch him on the way over during this cartwheel. That hand or fist serves as a frame. Now right there, I turn that into a bit of a round off, and you see there's too much space, and so Linji right here is able to get his legs in between and re-guard. Right here with Jordan, I fail to put my hand on him at all, and without that frame, you can see both hands are on the floor. Jordan is free to twist around and re-guard, and I don't get the guard pass. So make sure one hand on the hip, one hand on your opponent, and keep that hand on him, keep the weight and pressure on him, because that frame is what will keep him from following you. One more time. Hand on the floor, hand on your opponent, frame, put your weight, and then transfer that weight onto the knee into knee mount. And you can swing around, knee mount on the other side. Thank you for watching. Now get out there and train.